At the same time, at the bank, Patricia took her card and put it in the ATM. She muttered to herself, 50,000.
Let me see if this good-for-nothing has a tenth of that.
She realized something and gave Celia a call.
What's the password to that card?
She didn't know yet that it was the wrong card, so she casually replied, my birthday. All of Chase's passwords were her birthday. Celia put the phone down and said to him nonchalantly, look at my mom. The moment we left, she went to the bank to check the account. He suddenly jumped up. She went to the bank? Yeah? What's wrong? She asked curiously. Chase slapped his forehead, but he didn't want to explain right here to her. I am so fucked, he thought. Let's go. Let's get over there. He took her hand and pulled her toward the exit. She didn't understand. What are you doing? No time to explain. He kept running forward. You'll know when we get there. Celia's face was full of confusion as Chase dragged her the whole way. At the same time, on the other side of town, Patricia was typing in the password. She selected the balance statement and looked at the numbers on the screen. She only saw 25,000. She wasn't surprised. Still, it was more than expected from that trash. Wait, that's not right. She paused for a moment again.
Why are there so many zeros?
She counted them one by one. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000, 1,000,000, 10 million, 100 million. Patricia's hands began to tremble, feeling that something was wrong. Finally, she was overwhelmed and even couldn't take a breath. Her heart sped up and she felt a wave of dizziness before falling backward.
$250 million. $250 million.
She was babbling nonstop as she lay on the ground, gasping for breath. Her hands were shaking, her feet were shaking, and the corners of her mouth were beginning to froth. She couldn't believe her eyes. The card Chase had given her had $250 million in it. Oh my God. This is too much. Too much. When the people at the bank saw her lying there in shock, they all thought that she was suffering from a heart attack. So they quickly surrounded her and asked, Ma'am, what's happened? Ma'am, are you all right? Should I call 911? Patricia had completely lost her mind. She grabbed the person and said,
My account has $250 million. Do you hear me? $250 million.
After everyone heard this, they shook their heads. Oh, this old lady must be hallucinating. Somebody call an ambulance. She clutched her card tightly, still inconceivably excited.
I have $250 million. I'm rich.
Everyone shook their heads. Those who had wanted to help her retreated. Where did this crazy old lady come from? $250 million. What, did you win the lottery? Maybe that's an accounting error from Social Security. At this moment, Chase and Celia finally arrived at the bank. And they saw Patricia lying on the ground and became anxious. Mom, what's wrong? She hurried over to help her up. Your mother is crazy. She's babbling that she has $250 million. Someone said, You should take her to the hospital. I think she's having a dementia attack. Patricia held Celia's hand tightly and said excitedly, I really saw it. That card Chase gave me, there's $250 million in the account. Celia's first reaction was disbelief. She waved her hand and said, Mom, how could that be? Are you okay? There's $50,000 in it.
No, I saw it, she insisted. There's really $250 million. It was right there on the screen.
When the surrounding people saw this, they became even more dismissive. One by one, they shook their heads, not believing what she had just said. Even the bank staff returned to their counters, It was just a crazy old woman, probably misreading her account. Probably the account of everyone present now couldn't add up to $250 million. No one with that much money would do business with this tiny bank. Everybody waved their hands and dispersed.
Chase,
Patricia grabbed his arm and shouted,
tell them. Is it $250 million? Tell them. You have that much in your account. I promise I'll never be angry with you again. I know what I saw.
He smiled bitterly. Although he wanted to prove to Patricia that he could provide for his family, this was definitely not the way he had planned it. $250 million was not a lot for him. But if the money fell into the Sampsons' hands, the family would be able to track the money to the source. His connection to the Rothman family couldn't be exposed. Not here, not now. Chase had no choice but to explain. How could there be $250 million? You must be mistaken. The card I gave you only has $50,000. Do you think I can get $250 million?
$250 million. I swear it was $250 million.
She continued to babble on. Seeing that Patricia kept emphasizing it, doubt arose in Celia's heart. She looked at Chase and asked, "What exactly happened?" "There must be a problem with the banking system. An error in the computers," he lied. "Maybe they're withholding half of the $50,000 for authorization, and she misread the numbers. Even if there was $250 million in her account, it would probably be against the bank's policy just to give her that much." Celia felt like that made sense. She turned around and persuaded her mother. "Mom, you must have seen wrong. Let's go home."
No way.
She was adamant.
That is $250 million. Do you know what this money means for our family? It's definitely $250 million. Absolutely. If you don't believe me, we will go and check again.
Seeing that he couldn't convince her, Chase could only say, "Then sit here and rest for a while, Mrs. Sampson. I'll check it out for you."
$250 million. I'm not crazy. And I'm not seeing things here.
Chase picked up the card and slowly walked to the counter. He passed the debit card to the staff and said, "Please check the balance." The clerk behind the counter couldn't help but mock. "Are you sure, man? You seriously believe what that old lady's saying?"
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.